Hello sexy people, just Kessie here, and I have to say that I have another accidental k.e.m strike. Like, I was not going for this. I'm not really the person who runs specialists. I'm really not. I was just having fun with the MK14. I was running this class setup for a while, and the crazy thing is that I have agility on it because this is a camper's class setup. Don't get me wrong, but when I threw the agility perk on this class setup, it just felt so right to where I just did not want to take it off. And I know I really don't even use agility, but this actually may be just the only class setup that I'm actually using agility on, and it was actually fun. Another accidental k.e.m strike, but let's just get into the class setup, shall we? The class setup should be popping on the screen right about now, and I'm using, like I was saying earlier, agility, stalker, dead silence, amplify, and focus. And just each of these perks, I would not change any of them because they just, in conjunction, they just work so well. And this has to be a camper's class setup because the gun that I'm using, this gun is really not meant for the rush. Now I'm not saying that you cannot rush with this gun, but it is not meant for the rush. It is meant for to be slayed with. Like, you are meant to slay the enemy with this. You are meant to be a slayer with this weapon, just considering in the category that it's in. I mean, I don't know too many people that may rush with this type of weapon. I don't know too many people that may rush with an LMG, and I'm not saying people don't do it, but I'm just saying that in this game, in Call of Duty Ghosts specifically, it's quite risky. So the spot that you're constantly going to see me in is the sweet spot on this map. Now, and yes, I am camping. Now, I'm really not the one to camp, but I wanted to try something new. And if you notice, I am camping, but I am moving a lot. Like, I am really maneuvering because I'm too impatient to be a real camper, just to sit in one spot, sit in a corner. I'm actually somewhat in the middle of the map, and if you know this position on the map, you have to go at your front, both of your sides, and your back. The most cover that you're going to have is that slanted slope, that hill that I'm sitting on, and I'm not laying down on it. Like, I'm not a sniper or anything like that. The most that I'm doing is I'm crouched, and I'm going to peek my head out, take out a couple of enemies, then come back in, just come back to my little dug, and I'm just going to just handle my business. But it's pretty risky sitting in this camper spot, and I really haven't tried this out on a lot of maps because for some odd reason Call of Duty just keeps giving us the same map over and over and over, and it works pretty well on Stonehaven. Like, it really does. Now, if you're running a smaller map, then I wouldn't necessarily say, unless you just comfortable with sitting in a corner, in which I'm not, I would pretty much, if it's something like Warhawk or something like that, I would pretty much say just, yeah, you might want to go with the SMG or pretty much an assault rifle with quick draw. But this is for the maps for the wider, the broad, and the bigger maps. Find you a good spot, probably somewhere towards B or just somewhere towards the middle, and you can go ham sausages. You can tell them to hold the gravy. But to talk k.e.m strike a little bit, it was totally accidental. Like, I am not really the person to just run specialists. I was actually just quite having fun. I wasn't even thinking about anything I was doing. I'm pretty much like, I was just playing. I wasn't thinking about what I was doing. I was just pretty much just in my zone. I was like in this zen mode, and then I just get this one kill, and I see the k.e.m strike pop up, and I'm like, what? But the crazy thing is that this was not supposed to be a class setup video. I actually had the face cam going, but the only problem is that I had Audacity running, but for some odd reason the blue snowball was not recording anything I was saying. So when I was getting ready to edit the video, I had no audio, and I'm like, oh my god, like, whatever. But then I was looking at the class, and I was like, you know what, I could just go ahead and just use this as a class setup video because I'm not changing this class. The most that I will change this class is that I will probably take out the extra mags and put it in silencer. But I am using the red dot, and I am using extra mags, and for a little bit I have been using silencer, and it's not that bad. But for me personally, depending on the mood that I'm in and the mood that I was in today, I didn't want to wear silencer because I wanted them to know where I was. So if they're coming straight to me, that means I don't have to really rush, and I don't have to come to them. One thing that I will mention about this weapon is that red dot seems to smooth it out a bit, because after like the first 2 to 3 shots, the gun would jump, and then it would just smooth itself out again, then it'll jump, then it'll smooth itself out again. The recoil is rather weird. It's really weird. It takes some time to get used to, and sometimes I forget how the recoil is, and I would just tend to go ham anyway. But once you get used to how it functions, you'll pretty much be smooth sailing. And this gun is beast at long range, but of course you're gonna have to feather the trigger a little bit. You just can't keep squeezing that trigger, you know, with a single shot. The semi, you just can't keep squeezing the shot because the gun will tend to just go everywhere. But if you're pretty accurate about what you're doing, you're not just taking wild shots, you'll be pretty fine with this gun. But if we can just fast forward to the k.e.m strike, I should have died right here. I don't know how I killed this guy. Like, I'm just going left and right, left and right, left and right, and then I get the k.e.m strike, and I'm like, what? You know, I'm like, I didn't even know I was just going beasting. I did not know that I was on this much of a kill streak. It was the craziest thing, man. But nonetheless, it was fun. I hope you guys try to use this. If you have used the as a matter of fact, let me say this. Just throw some suggestions down for some random class setups. I really wouldn't mind trying them out, guys. And plus, I'm so curious. Like, I watch class setup videos because I'm curious about what other people use. I'm not necessarily going to use it because I like to do my own thing, but I am curious about what the other people use. Like, I watch like Mark of J and TBNR Frags and Ali A. You know, I like to check these guys off from time to time. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the class setup video. This has been Just Kessie. Hit the like if you like, and if you haven't, subscribe. And until next time, bye-bye.